Hello and welcome back on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Brickworld. And after a space excursus last time, we're going back to the city, and as you can see, I have a lot of these Central Perk windows, and that's what we're going to do today. We are using 4 different Central Perk official Lego sets as a base for my own creation. I'm going to start a new building right here at the upcoming bus station terminal, and that's what we're going to do today. It's a new project, so stay tuned. The Central Perk building is being placed on different models, so I have to create an underlaying construction so it's possible to put the new building spanning about or above different modules. So I have to change some parts here of my construction, and that's only the start, but we are going to start right now. As you can see here, that's my construction. I have also added the light system here to I can use it right at the beginning of my new construction, and here that's going to be the entrance to an underground park area. That's something we're going to do in a future update, and all of that will be the underground park area, so we are able to look into it from the side of the table, but that's a future project. Today we're going to start right here at the building. That's the base for the new building. As you can see, there's a big gap here for the entrance to the underground parking area, and everything else is now being placed on different models, and I will be able to remove the whole building when I want to use it or want to remove it. And yeah, it's a little bit colorful, but that's no problem because we're going to place a lot of other stuff onto it. And that's the main location. Here you can see the cable coming up for our lightning in a future update. As you can see, it's a little bit over the side of the table, but that's no problem because that's not the end of the city. In a future update there's going to be another table here, and now we're just starting to build the entrance area. I tested a lot of stuff, I removed a lot of stuff again, and that's my final idea for the entrance area of the Central Perk. And as you can see, I'm using a lot of snot techniques here to create that. I also want to have an angled entrance door with a 45-degree angle here, and yeah, that's the main entrance area. I'm also using a lot of these Central Perk official printed windows, as you can see, and also using the color scheme that's dark green, and I think it's medium nougat. And yeah, that's the entrance area, and I want to use these colors for all of the cafe area here in the city. In the future update, we're going to do some other parts. So you can see a bigger progress right now. Here's a little entrance for the area. There's going to be some stairs upside to the next floor, where some apartments will be in a future update, because only in the lowest floor there will be Central Perk. We are going to add about 2 or 3 other floors above it with apartments in a later update, or more of later updates. And I'm quite satisfied with the overall look right now. It's a big construction area right now, but I think it's a perfect location for the Central Perk cafe right here at the bus station terminal. And yeah, the Central Perk is going to be like a franchise in the brick world. So we have a big Central Perk here. We will have some smaller Central Perks here and there everywhere in the city. And yeah, that's the biggest Central Perk I think I'm going to build in the city. And we have the main walls. That's something I built it. Yeah, it's a part of the official set. I'm going to use it also in my location because I think it's a pretty good build, and I'm adding it right now. You also see the stairs on the right side. That's where our minifigures will be able to go upstairs to their apartments, and yeah, I'm quite satisfied. As always, write me in the comments what do you think about my ideas, about my building techniques, and about everything else. You can see I've added some little stuff here. There's a 2x6 tile. There's going to be a sign later. We're also going to add some other signs all over that area. But for today, our main goal is to create the a big part of the Central Perk Cafe. And I really like the view of the minifigures hide into that building, and I'm starting to build the interior of that area. Added that little stage area here where there's going to be some people singing and making music. There also will be a lot of people sitting and standing there looking at the people who are making the music. And yeah, it's quite a good progress. It's taking a lot of time because I have to think about it. I have to remove it, and that little area there's going to be a toilet, by the way. And yeah, as you can see, the buildings in the brick world are much more bigger than any other buildings in a normal Lego city like the modular buildings, because it's one of my main goals, as I'm often saying it, to have a realistic look and furthermore a realistic size in my city. So I'm using quite a lot of space for my buildings, but I think um, yeah the overall size of the buildings is something very important to have a look of realism in the city. I'm also adding now some new minifigures. Some of them are of different official sets, some of them are just made up by me. And yeah, I think it's going to be a lively place here in the city, even more if we are going to add some light to it in a future update. And yeah, that's the stage area. We have some people sitting there on that couches. We're also adding some more people, and it's a hard job to tile up all that little 1x1 tiles in that blue color. Yeah. Now we have 576 inhabitants in the city. It's a big number, but I think we're going to much more higher numbers in the future. And yeah, as I always said, I'm very satisfied at how it's going to be here. It's a nice looking cafe area, and yeah, some more updates, hundreds of more 1x1 tiles, some tables here for the people to stand and watch at the stage. And yeah, we are making great progress. I added 4 more minifigures, so we have 580 minifigures right now here in that area. And if we're going a little bit down with the camera, we can look right now into here, and I think it's a very nice look. And you have to remember that you will be able, as a somebody who's going to the city and watching it, as you will be able to look directly into the windows of the Central Perk. At the end of today's update, I'm also working a little bit at that entrance area of the underground park area. A lot of gray stuff, some big windows, because you will be able to look into that entrance area from the side. There's going to be another building in the future, a heavily mocked version of the Daily Bugle set will be placed right next to the Central Perk building, but that's something I'm going to start maybe in the summertime when I have finished the Central Perk project here. That's a big project. As you can see, that's only the first floor, and I'm not finished with the first floor. I think we are going to have 3 or 4 floors atop of that. And yeah, I think that's it for today. That's our big update today. I added a lot of figures, a lot of bricks and tiles, thousands of bricks, I think, and it's not quite finished. But you can see the overall look I'm planning to have here. I also have to cut out that piece out of the table, so it will be able to make the underground park area here. That's the place where the heavily modified version of the Daily Bugle will be placed in the future. Here's the entrance, and of course we also have to work a lot of the stuff here. And there's going to be some more underground areas below the train tracks. And yeah, I think it will be a nice looking area later in the future when everything is finished. So yeah, that's it for today's update. What do you think about today's update? What do you think overall about my city project? Do you have any ideas? Feel free to write it in the comments. And as always, write down everything you think. It's a very important part, especially on the German channel. There's so much stuff coming from the community I'm using and I'm taking to make that project even greater. And yeah, let's see what the future brings, as I always say. And yeah, some more information about the future. We're going to add another table in the far future. As you can see, here's the street that's going to be directly on the next side. So that building will be placed at the street. And that's it for today. Stay tuned for the next update and bye.